Okay, so come on to your mat and start lining things up. Okay, we want the feet hip-width distance apart. The feet nice and grounded. Let's find all four corners of the feet this morning. So, big toe mound, outer heel, inner heel, little toe mound. Lift your toes, spread them out, and place them back down on your mat. Okay, we're going to roll the shoulder blades toward each other and turn the palms forward. And then think about the hips being lined up over the ankles, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, and breathe. So let's smooth out the breath, inhale and exhale. Start to feel it moving through your body. And then exhale as much as you can. Press your belly button towards your spine. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And then slowly, slowly, slowly fill the body with your inhale. And again, exhale as much as you can. And even when you think you've got it, exhale a little more. Resist the urge to gulp in air. Slowly fill the body. And send that breath to the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes, and the crown of your head. And let's try that one more time. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Add a little to your exhale. And super slow inhale. All right, let's release, shake it out, and get that body a little warmed up. Okay, so take your feet wider than hip-width distance apart. We're going to move the knees and hips. All right, we'll be working on chair a lot in October. This is kind of a precursor to chair because revolved chair is one of our poses of the month. And shake that out. Let's do our spinal series here. Okay, so with your feet still slightly wider than hip-width distance, doesn't have to be big, take your right hand to your left shoulder, left hand to your right, and round forward into your cat. And then open the arms big and wide, elbows back for your cow. When you come back, your left hand goes to your right shoulder first, right hand goes to the left, round, open, big elbows back. This time the right hand leads, cat, open cow. Left hand leads, cat, open cow. And the knees and hips are moving as much as they want. Right hand, cat, open, left hand, cat, open. One more time. We'll hold it a little longer this time. Oh, wait, no, we're going to do this 2 times because we're back to the right here. So let's go right hand forward, open, and then left hand forward, and we'll stay here for an extra breath. And big open, finish here. Oh, and then come back to standing. Shake out those arms, move around a little bit, inhale and exhale. So we'll move to our other 4. We're going to do just a little tilt and twist this morning. So bring your feet back to hip-width distance and find that standing, grounded, okay? We want to stay nice and steady here so it's not like moving around like we just were. Left hand down, right arm up by the ear. Keep your feet grounded. We slowly tilt to the left. Bring the arms up and twist to the right. Now this will be a small twist to start, that's fine. Inhale the arms up, take your right hand down, tilt to the right, right arm up, twist left. So it's up, tilt left, up, twist right, up, tilt right, up, twist left. Maybe this is activating the mind too, right? Because we're going one side left and then coming up and going opposite right. And we have to remember, or at least I do, to the right first, up and to the left. So we're starting to warm up here. So let's take advantage of that. Tilt to the left, release a little bit, tilt a little more, release a little bit, tilt a little more, release, tilt and hold. Make sure your right foot is grounded, left arm floats up. Keep the arms long as you come up and twist to the right. We're going to stay here now. Inhale and maybe twist a little deeper, taking your gaze towards your right fingertips. Stay here, turn your gaze to the left. Turn your gaze back to the right. Arms up as you come center. Right arm down, we tilt right. Stay here, release, tilt, release, tilt, release, tilt. One more time, tilt, stay here. Float your right arm up. Both arms long, come up, inhale, twist left, inhale, taking your ribs away from your hips here. We lengthen the spine, twist a little deeper, turn your gaze towards your left. And then as you exhale, turn your gaze back to the right, turn your gaze left, and come center, arms up, and let it all go. All right, take your feet wider than hip width distance, and even coming into a nice little ragdoll here. Just let everything go. Let those shoulders especially relax. Nod your head yes and no. Ending on a yes, exhale, and then bring your hands to your legs, round your spine. Slowly come up, shoulders back a few times. And shake it out. All right, feeling a little more awake now? Let's work our way down. Okay, so come to the top of your mat. So remember, we're going to be doing 90-90, which is like a low crescent lunge because you'll have a knee down, but it'll look different, and I'll talk more about that. But for when we do that, make sure you have padding for your knees. Right now, we're going to breathe up, inhale, exhale, fold over those hip creases. Remember, your folds can be high, low, or anywhere in between. Bend the knees and hips. Shine your heart forward. Bring your fingertips down to the mat and step back to down dog. So let's find ourselves nicely, evenly distributed in the down dog. 2 hands and 2 feet. And we're going to wake up those feet. So bend one knee, roll over the toes, switch. So right now, focus on your toes and feel them just getting liberated. And then once you really have the toes in mind, start to feel how your calf reacts when you press your heel down. So we've got the toes and the calves. We're warming up those ankles. Take one heel down and hold. Switch sides, other heel. How about both heels? Now bring your knees down and sit off to the side. Flex the feet. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to do a feather breath, keeping the spine nice and long here. So palms out by your side. Gather energy up from the earth. Inhale, inhale. Imagine there's a feather on the top of your head. It's not moving. Now turn your palms out, and as you exhale, press the crown of your head into that feather, continuing to lengthen the spine as the fingertips gently touch down. Keep that feather right where it is. Inhale, nice and long. And pressing up into that feather, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fingertips gently to the mat. And let's shake it out. All right, let's get some core work done here. Yeah. So go ahead and bend your knees. And we have the feet hip width distance apart, nice and grounded here. Okay. We're going to take the arms forward and then start with a long, long spine. Lean back, and find your core engagement point for this morning. And come up. Let's do that again. Find core engagement. Keep that spine long and up. We're also keeping the ears in line with the shoulders here, so no tucking of the chin. Let's do that one more time. Take it back. And up. Now we add some arms. Take it back. Take the arms out to the side. Forward, up by your ears, forward, and sit up. All right, so moving the arms added something to that move, didn't it? Okay, now we're going to optionally add a leg. So let's take it back. Arms out to the side. Take your right leg up as you do that. Tap the right toes down. Arms overhead, right leg up. Option. Bring it down and come up. Take it back as your arms open. This time, option, left leg. Tap the toes down. Arms up by your ears. Tap and come up. Ooh, shake out those legs. All right, so everybody has an option that you're doing, right? So, yeah, so for the arms, if those long arms are like really not you today, you can do it with your elbows bent instead. Keep your elbows bent, okay? Let's go. Take it back. Open the arms, right leg up. Tap the toes, arms overhead, tap. Now we're going to go straight to the left. Arms out, left leg up, tap, right arm, arms overhead, left leg up, tap, and release. Whew, shake it out. We're going to do the same thing starting on the left this time. Take it back, arms out, left leg, tap, arms overhead, tap, right leg, tap, arms overhead, tap, and release. Woo. Okay, it's Monday morning for me too. Is that all making sense? Everybody good? All right. Okay, so let's see if we can combine those two. We're going to go right start, then left start. Here we go. Take it back. Right. Tap. Arms up. Tap. Left. Tap. Arms up. Tap. We're going left again. Left. Tap. Arms. Tap. Right. Tap. Arms. Tap. And release. All right. You know what's coming next. We're going to do that same thing starting on the left. We're almost done with these. Okay, here we go. Take it back. Left. Tap. Overhead. Tap. Right. Tap. Overhead. Tap. Right again. Tap. Up. Tap and left. Tap. Up. Tap and release. Woo, shake those legs out. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to do a little bit of oblique work here. So same starting position, feet grounded, spine long. We take the arms forward. Right arm back, left arm forward. Come up. Left arm back, right arm forward. Come up. Add a leg. Right arm back. Right leg up. come forward, left arm back, left leg up, come forward. Let's go 2 right, then 2 left. Here we go. Right, tap, right again, tap, left, tap, left again, tap, and come up. Shake out your legs. We're going to go 2 left, 2 right this time. Okay, here we go. Left, tap, what did I say? Left again, tap, right, tap, right again, tap, and release. Shake out those legs. All right, so the core is nice and open now. Just move around for a second. All right, we're going to move into water wheel in a minute, but first, you might have noticed that when we bend the legs like this and do our core, right, your front hip flexors are getting a little tight from that. So let's do something specifically to release those front hip flexors and counterpose what we just did. Okay, it's going to be bridges with the arms won't move. We're going to emphasize those front hip flexors. So bring yourself down, take your feet close, your heels close to your hips here. Keep your hands where they are. All we want to think about right now is these front hip flexors. Start to lift your hips. Notice, can you feel those front hip flexors stretching a bit? And tap down. Lift and tap down. Lift, so we're counterposing that hip crunching up that we just did. Lift and tap down, and let's do it one more time. Lift, let's stay here. Inhale, exhale, and tap down. All right, let your knees open and close. Raise one leg if you were able to sense the front hip flexors as we did that, right? Okay, great. A lot of times, well, most of the time in bridge, we're focused on the spine. We've got the glutes, but it also is good for opening the front hip flexors. So let's move into our water wheel. Seems to be a Monday morning tradition, but it probably should be because it's so great. All right, the left foot is steady on the mat. And remember, so we want some energy in that left leg. We don't want the left leg just flopping around like nobody's business. Okay, and we start water wheel on the right. Right knee in, point up, flex down. Knee in, point up, flex down. Keep going. And the next time your right knee is in, hold it in. Is your left foot still nice and grounded? Let's reverse the water wheel. Flex your right foot. Flex out, point up, knee in. Keep going, out, up, and in, out, up, in. And the next time the right knee is in, hold it in. Hold on to your shin or your hamstring. And go ahead and ground through your left foot. Take your right leg out to the right and back to center. Last time. Coming back to center. Okay, we're going to let that left leg extend any amount. Hey, there's that left front hip flexor, right? Go ahead and just put your hand on it for a second. Say hi to it. Now take your left hand outside of your right leg. Extend your right arm out to the right and take that right knee just past the belly button. Here's your IT band. The hips both are still grounded. Now we're going to keep the shoulders grounded and let that right leg come over to the left. Take your gaze past your right fingertips. The right hip is up, but the right shoulder is on the mat. All right, as you come center, let go with your left hand. Take your right ankle across your left thigh here and bring your legs in towards you. Flex your right foot and go back and forth with the legs. We're holding on to the right shin. Take the legs side to side. And go in a circle. And then circle the other direction. A little spinal massage happening here too as we move the legs. Come back to center. Right foot is still flexed. Left leg up. Point and flex the left foot. And circle that ankle. Really feel it. Circle the other way. Now let's cross tightly at the thighs, cow's face legs here. Hold on to each leg and move your legs around. Circle one direction and the other. Release, unwind 2 feet to the mat and let your knees gently open and close. Little butterfly wings here. We'll bring the hands back down. Ground that right foot. Keep energy in the right leg. Water wheel left. Left knee in, point up, flex down. Keep going. And the next time the left knee is in, hold it in. Think about your right foot, still grounded, still energy in that right leg. Flex your left foot, flex out, point up, knee in. Take it out, up and in. Keep going. One more. Hold that left knee in, hold on to your shin or your hamstring and let that left leg come out to the left and back to center. You can also extend your right arm to help keep you grounded here because we do want the hips to stay grounded. And come back to center. Take your right hand outside of your left leg. Let's extend that right leg. Notice the right front hip flexor. Right hand outside the left leg, left arm out from your shoulder, and that left knee comes just past the belly button. Now let your left hip come up as you take your left leg over to the right, your gaze towards your left fingertips. Your left shoulder still grounded. As you come back through center, flex your left foot, draw that left ankle across the right thigh, and draw your legs in towards you. Hold on to your left shin and take your legs side to side. Forward and back. Circle one direction and the other. Now come back to center, extend your right leg, point and flex. circle one direction and the other. Come into cow's face legs, crossing your left thigh over your right. Hold on and get some movement happening here. So if you need to move your hands and hold on to your thighs instead of your shins or ankles, that works too. Just move around. And then release, unwind, 2 feet to the mat, and open and close your knees. Little butterfly wings here. All right, we're going to come to hands and knees and then come into a plank so we can start working our arms. So you probably want to start in knee down plank. Okay, you do these a lot, right? We do these a lot. So I just want to go over the arms with you. You're in knee down plank. Now we want the elbows to be heading back. So the way to have that happen is roll your shoulders down your spine. Your elbow creases are facing forward now, and you're doing a tricep push-up as you come down. Everybody ready? Here we go. Press down, up, hips toward heels. And that's what we're doing. And if you choose, you can do this with your knees up once or many times, all the times. So you can mix up your planks, knees up, knees down, or you can do them all one style. We do want to get those hips back toward the heels. We're building the strength of the arms here, and we come into child's pose with the forehead supported. Whew. So the moon is starting to release and let go. Still pretty big, but it's not too soon to think of maybe even one small thing that we can let go of. While we're in child's pose is a good time to set an intention to do that. And then start to find your way to downward facing dog, coming into a nice even 4-point down dog, distributing your weight between 2 hands and 2 feet. Let's take a nice inhale, exhale, let it go. And when you think you've exhaled as much as you can, exhale a little more. And now slowly let your breath return to normal as you walk your feet towards your hands. With bent knees and hips, hands on the thighs, take a half lift, shine your heart forward. Roll your hands down your legs, exhale into forward fold, and then float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Okay, shake everything out. How's everybody doing? Okay, we have adequate padding for the knees. We're going to be moving into sun salutations. We'll be doing the 90-90. I'm just going to point this out again. Okay, it's 90-90. It's not the low crescent lunge where we have the knee behind the hip. The knee is in line with the hip and on the back side and in line with the ankle on the front side. Okay, so let's come to the top of the mat. Find mountain pose. Actually, I'm going to start on this side because we'll start with the right leg back and I'll show you. Okay, inhale and exhale. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, straight leg swan dive. High, low, anywhere in between. Fold over those hip creases. Oh, keep those legs straight as you shine your heart forward for a half lift. Now bend at the knees and hips, bring your fingertips down. Step back with your right leg. We're in this lunge here. Okay, now when you bring your knee down, it's going to be behind the hips. So you're going to step forward a bit and come into the 90-90 now. So the right knee is under the right hip, left knee is over the left ankle. And then we want this side nice and long. We take the right arm up by the ear, left fingertips are pointing down, and we just tilt. Oh. Release, bring your hands down, come into knee up or knee down plank, whichever one you're doing right this moment. Okay, if you're in knee up plank, roll to the tips of your toes. Everybody, chaturanga here. Okay, let's start with a nice baby cobra, shoulders toward the ears. Shine your heart forward, lift your hands, release. Now lift your hands and do the same thing. Elbows toward the waist and release. Come into your downward facing dog. Down dog, yep. Oh, good. Standing down dog is great too. All right, we're going to take the right leg up. We're coming back to 90-90 here, right leg up. Step forward with your right foot, bring your left knee down, and arrange yourself in 90-90. Right fingertips point down, left arm up, tilt to the right. Okay, bring your fingers down, tuck your back toes, one big step forward to the top of your mat, half lift, forward fold, float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. Okay, any questions about that? Pretty straightforward, right? Let's come to the top of the mat here. Take a few breaths. Same thing, starting on the left. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift. Bend at the knees and hips, fingertips down. This time the left leg goes way back for that nice lunge. Step it in a bit. Left knee under the left hip, right knee over the right ankle. Come up in 90-90. This time we're taking, this is the hardest part, just like sun and moon, which arm goes up. Left arm up, right fingertips point down, and we tilt. Release, fingers down, plank. Yep, plank, knees up or down. Chaturanga. Okay, let's deepen those cobras. Take your hands 6 inches down from the shoulders. This time, use your hands to help you lift your heart and deepen that back bend. And release. And do that one more time. And release. Find downward facing dog. Really let go with the breath. Left leg up, left foot forward, right knee down, 90-90 here. Left fingertips point down, right arm up by the ear, tilt to the left. And come around, hands to the mat, tuck your back toes. One big step draws you forward, half lift, forward fold. And float the arms out and up, palms touch. Hands come heart center. Let's find mountain pose here and breathe. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to loosen things up with a 5-pointed star to moonflower to sunflower. So go ahead and find yourself wide. You may need to turn on your mat. You probably do. We want to be wider than mat with distance apart. So it's quite a wide stance here with the toes turned out. Hands to the hips. We're going to ground through the feet and start out by bending at the knees, making sure those knees are going over the toes. So actively look at your knees and make sure they're going where you want them to. We don't want them buckling in. Okay, keeping the feet grounded helps that a lot. Arms up, 5-pointed star, moonflower, up and down. Okay, and you might start to notice this is a great stretch for your inner thighs. 5-pointed star to moonflower. Now the next time you're in moonflower, hold it down. Let's add a little balance to this. Raise your right heel, bring it down. Raise your left heel, bring it down. Raise both heels, bring it down. Lift up, 5-pointed star, heels down, heels up as you come into moonflower. You can keep alternating heels if you feel more comfortable with that. Lift up, heels up as you come into moonflower. Lift up. We're going to take it down and pulse. So if you don't want to lift both heels, just keep your heels down. Bring it into moonflower, heels up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Lift up, 5-pointed star, and moonflower, heels up. Deepest you've done so far. Inhale up. All right, let's go ahead and bring the hands down and give those legs a little break and a shake out before we move into sunflower. Shake them out. All right, we come back to our wide stance with the toes out, making sure the knees are going over the toes. Sunflower involves a forward fold, of course, just like any forward fold. You might have head higher than heart. You might be going quite low. Let's start out with 5-pointed star. Bend the knees out to the side, right arm in front. Sunflower, cross and up. Left arm in front, sunflower and up. And keep going, switching right and left, going to your comfort level. All right, the next time you're in sunflower with your right arm in front, take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let your head hang and move around, wide-legged ragdoll. Really start to feel into those legs. Nod your head, yes and no. Come back to center, end on a yes, and slowly straighten your legs. Slowly lift up, slowly, so we don't get dizzy. Bring the arms overhead, inhale. Take a breath here. Well, let's take a couple of breaths. And we'll go back to that, this time with the left arm in front. Left arm in front, sunflower. Okay, feel around. Now maybe this time you want to release the elbows and move around with your hands. Start to feel around and see what your body is requesting from you. What parts of you are feeling like they want a little more letting go? Maybe a lot. All right, now release your elbows if you still have them. Bring your hands to your thighs. We're going to come up halfway. Take a couple of breaths here. Press through the feet. Come up the rest of the way. Take a couple of breaths here and heel toe your feet together. Start to shake out those legs. Inhale and exhale. All right, how are you guys doing? Are we good? Let's start our October with a nice tree pose balance. So find your feet hip width distance. Square off the feet like we've been. All right, so one thing we want to release, remember we talked about releasing. One thing we definitely want to release when we're balancing is any anxiety about, oh my goodness, I didn't stay up the whole time. If you come in and out of balance, that's balance. That's teaching your body to balance. So let's all take a nice deep inhale and exhale the idea that balance means you have to stay in one place the whole time. You can't move. Exhale that. Get rid of it. Okay, because that's not what it is. All right, so now we've got the feet square, hands to the hips. Right heel up. Turn your right knee out. Just enough, right? We don't want the hips going backwards, so just enough. Kickstand the heel, and if you feel like it, bring your foot to your calf. Some of you might be going higher, but it's still early, so let's go ahead, and if you're feeling it, bring your hands to your heart. Steady gaze, calm mind, release. All right. Might have forgotten to mention the drishti, but you guys, you know that, right? Steady gaze. Hands to the hips. Left heel up. Left knee out. Left heel kickstands. See how this side does with the foot to the calf, or you can keep your toes down. And I think I meant foot to the calf. Hands to the heart. And release, shake it out. Whew. All right, we're going back into that, okay? So if you want to just float right into your tree, go ahead. Hands to heart as you bring your right foot to your left leg somewhere, some kind of way. And then if you feel like it's time for you to grow your branches, go ahead and grow your branches. Bring your hands back if they're up. Bring your right foot down. All right. Whew. Remember, we've let go of the idea that balancing means we have to stay static in one place for the whole time or we haven't balanced. No. All right, here we go. Take it to the tree on the left. Your version of tree. And branches up, if that's you right now. And release. All right. So you might have found that one side seems a little more cooperative than the other. If that's you, I'm going to give you guys a minute to work on tree. If you want to work on one side the whole time, that doesn't mean stay in one place. That means work on one side. You can do that, or I'll tell you when 30 seconds are up, and you can switch. Make sense? Are we good? All right, let me get my timer going on my cockamamie new phone. Still new to me. All right, ready? Go ahead. Approaching 30 seconds. Switch if you're switching. and begin to wrap it up. Bringing both feet back to the earth. Now just go ahead, find that mountain pose that we had at the beginning with the feet grounded, everything lined up, shoulders back, palms forward. Let your breath smooth out, and you might even want to close your eyes as you experience how your body feels after working on your balance. All right, now shake things out, scan your body from head to toe, see if anything else needs to move around for you before we start heading down to the earth. Just check things out for you. And then look around your space if there's anything you want to bring with you when we come back down to the earth. It could be something to cover up when we get to final relaxation if your space has cooled off. Could be something that smells good, an eye pillow, whatever you like to have. And then come back to mountain pose at the top of the mat here, line everything up. We're going to work our way down. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases. Take a half lift, shine your heart forward. Bend at the knees and hips, bring your fingertips down and step back to down dog. If you've had enough of down dog, just come into table. If you prefer to do down dog on a chair or the wall, go there. And we're going to let the hips rock from wherever we are. Come back to center, bring the knees down, and find a seated mountain pose. Spine long, feather breath again. So imagine there's a feather on the top of your head, palms out. Energy coming up from the earth, inhale. Palms out, press the crown of your head into that feather, lengthen through the spine as your fingertips touch down. All right, shake it out. Whew. So we were talking about releasing. We're going to do a releasing forward fold. So go ahead and bend your knees. Take yourself down. Okay. Draw your knees in towards you and hold on to your the back of your legs under your knees. So we're holding on for now, and we're going to just start to rock, massage the spine back and forth, rock, 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 and then come up, extend the legs gently, and come into a nice little forward fold. Take it back, bend the knees, rock, rock, rock. Up into forward fold. So releasing into forward fold. And let's do that one more time. Rock, rock, rock. Fold. And while we're holding this fold and breathing, you might draw your thoughts back to what you want to let go of, what you decided to let go of. You might want to think about something else or nothing. Remember, it's your practice. Let's go ahead and take everything down, feet to the mat, spine nice and comfortable on the earth here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to do some spinal clearing. So ground through that left foot. Okay. And take your right leg in. Hold on to your right hamstring. Now take your leg up, and as much as you can with holding on to your right hamstring. So for some people that's going to mean the knee stays bent, that's fine. Legs straight. Wherever you are, you've got your hands clasped around your right hamstring and you press into your hands. Press. Now don't let go of your leg, just release the tension. Release. Press back into the hands. So we're clearing the spine here. And release. Okay, release that. Ooh, maybe wiggle those fingers and draw your left knee in. Clasp your hands around your left leg. Now maybe clasp your hands the other way. Change your clasp by one finger just for variety's sake here. Okay, and press into your hands. Press the left leg into the hands. Release. Press the left leg into the hands. And release. All right, shake out those fingers, 2 feet to the mat, knees gently open and close. Take a nice long stretch. Arms overhead. Exhale, draw your knees in. Okay. We're going to extend again. That was Apanasana, right? Legs extend, arms overhead. Draw the knees in, and this time come into Happy Baby. And when you get to your Happy Baby, just go ahead and massage your spine a little bit. All right, now just release your hands to your thighs here, okay? Bend your knees. Take your legs fairly wide here and take your knees away from you and continue to massage the spine. So we're a little lower on the spine here. Release, 2 feet to the mat. Take your take one leg straight. Okay, this would be your right leg. Right leg straight up, point and flex. Circle the ankle, one direction. And the other, switch legs, point and flex. Circle the ankle, other direction. Bring the feet down, knees gently open and close. Take your arms long out from your side here. Your feet are hip-width distance apart. And we're going to extend wide through the fingers, wiggle them in. Raise your arms off the mat so you have more room to work. Extend, wiggle in, extend, wiggle, 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 and rotate the wrists one direction and the other. Whew. Keep your arms long, bring them back down, and turn your gaze from side to side. And then come back to center, bring your arms down by your side, scan your body from head to toe, taking any final moves that your body is requesting. Any realignments that is asking for as we find our way to your final relaxation position for this practice. So go ahead and keep moving until you feel like you're in your final relaxation position. Okay, we're going to do a couple of breaths now, so take a nice deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. And when you think you've exhaled all you can, exhale a little more. Slow inhale through the nose. And a nice deep exhale to bring you into final relaxation. Just let your breath move naturally. Eyes closed or defocused. Your work is done. You're in final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body, wiggle fingers and toes. And on your next inhale, stretch long. Exhale, draw your knees in, give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side and up to a nice easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.